Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you for being here. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can consider subscribe and share with your friends. I'm a tropical Western astrologer and I use a whole sign house system for all my forecasts and reading. In this video, we are talking about this upcoming week astrology forecast and we'll also pull a card for a collective message. So, this week, we're talking about August 4th to 10th of 2025. This week, we have a major transit happening. We also do have our Aquarius full moon. And this is a pretty big one. So let's talk about it. First, on August 6th, we have Mars entering a new sign, Libra. So Mars is going to enter Libra August 6, 4:24 p.m. Pacific time, or August 7, 7:24 a.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Mars in Libra is said to be in detriment, in exile on the fall, because Mars is furthest away from the sign that it rules, which is Aries. So Mars right now is all the way opposite of Aries in the sign of Libra, meaning that it feels most not at home in the sign of Libra because it's furthest away from the sign it rules. But it doesn't mean that it's like a bad thing. We just need to know that the typical Martian energy will have to be channeled in a different way, in Libra way. So our usual Mars energy is that go-getter, let's just go, take action. There's this moving really fast and let's get there already yesterday kind of energy. And Mars just want to get things done. Mars just want to check things off the list and want to go at full speed all the time. But Libra is an air sign ruled by Venus. Libra wants to be diplomatic, right? It's the sign of the scale, wants to be fair and just. So when Libra take action, they want to make sure that they can do everything in their power to make sure that maybe the decision, the choices are right, are favoring all sides or both sides, right? It can also be an air sign, right? Wanting to negotiate to make sure that happens as well. That's why Libra often associate with negotiator, lawyers, and so on and so forth, right? Libra wants to talk it through, air sign, wants to make sure that we're holding up our value, the Venus rule, that this is values, things that are right and just to get the best outcome possible. So during this transit, while Mars is in Libra, you might find yourself embracing that energy too. You might pause on your action. You might not go as far, especially if you are an impulsive person that tend to just like make swift decision. You might not like this energy much, but it will also pull you back to help you maybe do some thinking or thinking it through before you make that decision, and that can save you sometimes, right? So during this transit, you might feel like you want to take your time to talk it through, to think it through before you act. Like I said, energy goes both ways. There's always both sides of energy. While Mars in Libra can invite us to think through our decision, our actions, to make sure that we are also being just, being fair, but it can also sometimes cause us in our detriment because we want to please everybody. We want to make sure that decision, the outcome is favorable, maybe to certain people, but to all people sometimes. So beware of how you're using this energy. This is also a great time if you are moving through some kind of conflict, if you are trying to resolve something with someone, maybe a relationship, a conflict or whatnot, this can be a negotiator energy, right? That's why we might also tend to see more legal cases, battles happening on the news or in your personal world. It might be a great time if knock on wood, you're going through some kind of legal situation, this might be a great time to help you move through those, to negotiate what you want that is fair and just, right? Of course, beware of getting yourself into these kind of matters as well. But we might see news about legal matters more often during this transit as well. Earlier, I mentioned Libra is the sign that is represented with the scale. So Libra is also a peace warrior, right? It's about the justice system. It's about having that. And many people often forget Venus is not just about relationships. Venus is also about our values. It's also about upholding them. And it is also about being that peaceful warrior. Many people don't know, but Venus is actually a goddess of war as well. So Libra, embracing that energy, is definitely a peaceful warrior. And with Mars in it, definitely activating that warrior energy. We want to, during this transit, want to reach for peaceful resolution, want to speak up for those who cannot, take action towards the weaker maybe society, or to put our voice out there to fight for what we believe in true and just as well, because you cannot have peace without justice. So during this time, this transit might inspire us, or more of us, to break free, to speak up for yourself, maybe in your own personal world. This is about you standing up for yourself, you standing up and fighting for your own freedom from maybe an abusive situation, relationship, right? It can be also a small thing, a smaller scale thing, not small thing. Everything matters, but this can be you speaking up because a friend is mistreating you, or maybe you voicing your opinion to your family because they do not value your opinion, right? Or your workspace, so on and so forth. And on a collective level, hopefully this transit will also inspire more of us to fight for collective justice and peace, and speak for those who cannot as well. And Mars will stay in Libra until September 22nd. August 8th, also known as the Lion Gates portal. So in the Egyptian culture, in ancient Egyptian culture, 8/8 Lion's Gate portal, that before they have all the calendar and so on and so forth, around this time, this is when the sun conjunct the brightest star in the sky, which is Sirius, which represents the energy of growth, of abundance, of crops, you know. So in the ancient time, the Egyptian used to see this as a very important time to celebrate, to worship the god of Sirius, so that they can continue to be blessed with abundance in their farms, in the river, in whatever they do, and so on and so forth. So if you want to, this is a great time to also meditate, align yourself with your hopes and dreams, and sink in that energy as well. On the same day, we have Mars in Libra trine Uranus in Gemini at 1 degree as well. So this trine can be supportive, inspiring, and since it's between two air signs, Libra and Gemini, it can be very much about our thoughts, our mind. It's very much about speaking, talking, communicating as well. Mars and Uranus is inviting and inspire us to take action, right? Mars taking action, and Uranus have that sudden burst. So it can be a sudden aha moment, inspiration coming in, or you find something that comes through, kind of just like wake you up and like invite you to, ooh, okay, I have to do this, I have to talk about it, I have to speak on it kind of energy. And this can be things, again, because it's in Libra, which can be about matters that that's valuable to you, right? It can be related to your values, what you believe in that is true and just. This can be sudden new idea that is coming through you that you want to try it out, test it out, and take action upon it. And maybe this is you breaking free to stand up for yourself, to speak for yourself, fight for someone or something that is important to you as well. We have a week of intense Martian activation energy since Mars entered Libra. So the next couple of days, still August 8, but also 9, we have 2 Mars aspects sandwiching our full moon in Capricorn. So very much this aspect are baked into this full moon energy and is ruling this full moon, because one of them relates to Saturn, which rules Aquarius. So let's gel everything and talk about it. First, we have the aspect of Mars in Libra opposing Saturn retrograde in Aries at 2 degrees. So this aspect happened just few hours around the same time as the Aquarius full moon. The Aquarius full moon is happening August 9, 12:55 a.m. Pacific time or 3:55 p.m. Hong Kong time. So again, adjust the time according to where you are in the world. It's happening with the sun in Leo and the moon in Aquarius, both at 16 degrees 59 minutes. So let's talk about this first aspect that is ruling this full moon, which is Saturn. Saturn is in Aries, retrograding, opposing Mars in Libra. Whenever Mars and Saturn make an aspect, whether this is square or opposition, it's not something that we excited and look forward to, because it is hard. It is a hard aspect, and sometimes it can be quite tense. It can be stirring up conflicts, tension. It can be hard to work with, but also this opposition is also inviting us to look at something. Maybe for us is something we have been avoiding. Maybe this is something we finally have to look at it and see it for it is as well. So even though it can be a bit of a harsh aspect, it's ultimately happening for our highest good, because the universe, you gotta look at it, right? This is happening. No more running away. We have to look at it, right? So Mars is the planet that wants to go, take action. Let's go for it. Saturn is the opposite energy. Saturn is no, stop, not right now. And when the two of them come together, there's this feeling of push and pull. There's this feeling of one foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake. So there's this friction that is coming up. It can be quite irritable, especially if you have any personal planets and point that is aspecting this full moon or this Mars and Saturn opposition. Okay, so take a look and see your personal chart, see where is it happening for you. This opposition can definitely bring in a very literal no, rejection. During your time, maybe you receive a no to something or someone. Maybe this is on a personal level. It can also be feeling like you're up against someone or something, right? That is in the position of authority, because Saturn is that leader energy, higher up energy. So maybe for some this is in your workplace. You have to confront a power gripping or an abusive boss, right? Or co-worker, right? Higher up. This can be you facing abusive situation or relationship in your life, right? And it's really causing that conflict and friction and tension during this time, so that you can look within and see what you can do, Mars, about it, to fight back, to break free, to say something, to speak up, right? So this friction is also helping you, hopefully, to inspire that spark for you to take action, to deal with it as well. Mars and Saturn are both malefics, so when this energy come together, it can literally translate to volatile energy as well. So violence, war energy, unfortunately, and it might create tensions between the countries. It might create it might spark escalation for the wars as well. However, in the highest manifestation, perhaps the spark, the tension can also inspire more countries to, for example, recognize Palestine, to take action, to go against the genocide, to confront it's not real. Who knows? And maybe more of us on a personal level, whether you are speaking about it or not, whether you are taking any kind of action or not, maybe this spark, this tension that you see from a collective level might also invite and inspire you to act upon it as well. I meant to mention this earlier, but since this is a full moon in Aquarius, it can also bring us back to January 29 when we have the new moon in Aquarius. For some of us, perhaps this full moon is going to illuminate something for you, something, maybe an intention that you set earlier this year during the Aquarius new moon might come to fruition or to a turning point, a moment of development during this time when the full moon comes around as well. It might be a time for you to reflect back on what has been happening the past 6 months since new moon in Aquarius as well. So take a look and see maybe in your journal, what intention did you set back then? Or what have you been moving through the past 6 months? What are the themes and topics in your Aquarius house? Like I said earlier, this full moon is sandwiched by two Martian aspects. The second one is a Mars-Neptune opposition in the sign of Aries, also at 2 degrees, because Saturn and Neptune are both retrograding in the sign of Aries right now, and they're very close together, not conjunct, but almost. So Mars-Neptune opposition, yes, can also bring up that like no energy, right? But it's a little bit different because Neptune talks about dreams. So there's a different energy message coming up. It can really be this full moon illuminating something for you regarding to your dreams, right? Regarding to what is it that you desire and what action you need to take in order to ground that dream into reality. And since this is an opposition, and this is an aspect that's a little bit tense and more harsh, Mars also talk about cutting away, severing. This can also be you looking at the dreams that you desire to go after, to bring it into reality, needing you to cut and let go of something, needing you to move away or end something as well. Maybe this is something that is no longer aligned with you, an old version of you, an old belief, mindset, pattern, whatever that is, right? This can also be some kind of sacrificing energy too, because we talk about Neptune, we talk about Mars. So this can also be that letting go energy. What do I have to let go, sacrifice in order for me to ground my dreams into reality? Maybe this is about you trusting the unknown, not knowing if it's going to happen, but you just have to believe and try it anyway. Neptune can also bring up confusion and illusion. So I'm not saying that your dreams are just an illusion, but this is about you're not knowing maybe exactly what to do yet, or knowing that you're not having the concrete plan or detail just yet. Maybe it's just a direction. Maybe it's just getting more information before you can really act upon it. So do not rush. If that energy comes up for you, give yourself time and space to think it through, to move through everything as well, right? This full moon in Aquarius is happening at 16 degrees 59 minutes, which is the second decan in Aquarius, and is associated with the 6 of Swords energy. So in this card, you can see that this person is carrying very little things, right? It seems like it's running away and moving away from its home and going to somewhere else. And the energy of this card is about moving from the past and moving towards the unknown, the future. They are running from war, whatever it is. They are moving from the home. They are packing light because they don't know what's to come, so they can only pack light, move forward to the unknown, which hopefully is a say for sure, is a new chapter or whatever it is. So this energy also really resonate with what I've just said. This is about trusting. Do it anyway. You're not knowing the road ahead completely, but you are trusting that when you continue to trust your dream, you trust yourself, the action that you continue to take will lead you to where you want to go. Lastly, I want to talk about the last aspect, which also has Mars in it. Yeah, this is just a very full-on Martian energy week, right? We have a lot. So just to say, since there's a lot of Mars energy this upcoming week, it is possible to our best interest to keep things light, as in because there's a lot of fire energy, some of us can really feel easily irritated. So I know this is easier said than done, but try to have tools that can help you move through anger, sparks of impulsive energy that might come up, right? You can get irritated, annoyed, angry easily. You might find yourself just don't talk to me, you know, kind of energy. Everything just seems irritating. So try to have some breathwork tools, you know, take deep breaths, try to go slow within, know that this energy is happening. So have patience. I know not everyone love this word, but it will be important for us to take a deep breath and go slow with whatever that might serve us up for you or people around you, because people might be popping off as well. So just something I want to insert. Let's go back to the last aspect, August 10th. After the full moon, we have Mars in Libra trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius at 2 degrees. So it's a trine. It feels a little bit of a calm after the storm. So the full moon might be quite intense, emotional for some of us, right? Things might get illuminated, things might come up, resurface, and this trine is really allowing us to take that exhale, right? Like, okay, a lot has come up. Let me just take a breath, take a pause, and then let myself dive deeper into really what is coming up, right? This trine is between two air signs again, right? It's Libra and Aquarius. So it might be a time where you can contemplate, be in your thoughts, right? Pluto and Aquarius is about going deep into your thoughts, right? Really excavate. Pluto wants to dig deep in order to see the whole truth, embracing the whole truth. So this is maybe about you looking deep within and see why this is happening. Why is this coming up for you? What does it mean for you, right? The full moon, what is it stirring up? Or for some, maybe this has nothing to do with the full moon. This trine between Mars and Pluto can also be a very supportive, helpful energy to take action, Mars, to confront, to face some kind of power struggles or dynamics within your life. Yes, it can be a little uncomfortable and scary, but also nothing comes from your comfort zone, right? If you stay in the comfort zone, you will never have more growth and evolution. So maybe in your world, this is about you facing the hard truth, facing that, like I said before, maybe this is some power struggle or dynamics within a relationship you're moving through, or within some kind of belief that you're moving through. This trine might help you to able to take action to break free from that. And on a collective level, maybe this trine is going to inspire some of us to take action, to face, to confront, to look at the power dynamic or struggles that we have with people that do not share their same value or beliefs with us, because Aquarius talks about the collective, the power of people, right? Pluto and Aquarius is about that. Mars and Libra also want to talk about justice and take action upon it. So this trine, maybe, not all, can feel like, hey, instead of always there's this saying of, finding your tribe, aligning yourself with people that share the same value, which is true. They're all true. I'm all about it. We have to find people that we align with so that we can do things together, right? But how can we grow and have more people joining us? Maybe this is about you also confronting and talking and engaging the opposite side, people that do not align with you, people that do not have the same value as yours. If we can have some kind of peaceful resolution, if we have some peaceful discussion, talk, communication, Mars and Libra, maybe we can come together and let them know why we should come together for collective liberation or collective healing and care, right? So some food for thoughts. All right, so a lot is happening this week, I know. So please, again, do take care of yourself and others around you. And now let's look at the collective message. So this card 42, chop wood, came up for all of us. Interesting. The 42 breaks down to a 6, which resonate with the 6 of Swords, which is the Aquarius full moon. So I thought that was quite interesting. And this card is related to the full moon energy a little bit that I've just talked about. This is about not thinking the little thing is nothing, right? Chopping wood, gathering woods for fire, just doing the mundane thing, the simple little thing, the everyday thing that we have to do. Sometimes we take it for granted. We think that is a torture, right? Oh my God, I have to do this again every day. Why do I have to do this every day, right? But this is also about finding magic, finding gratitude in all the little things that we don't see every day. This is also about trusting that when we continue to do what we do, when we continue to be in that energy of gratitude, slowly but surely we are moving towards what we want in life, our desire, our dreams, our collective liberation and healing, right? So this is about doing the thing, continue every day, trusting the unknown, right? So if you feel like you are facing those no and rejection during this time, especially during the full moon, you feel like right now you're not getting what you want in life, this card is here to remind you that there's always a reason of why this is happening, why you're experiencing this right here, right now. Even though it doesn't make sense, it doesn't feel right, you're like, what the hell? But trust that there's always a bigger reason that we sometimes don't know and don't see now. But later, when we reflect back in life, we will be able to connect the dots and see why certain things happen and why we have to go through certain experience in life as well. Hope this helps. I am sending you all lots of full moon love and blessing. If you're interested to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrology consultations and reading, tarot and akashic records reading, distant Reiki energy healing sessions as well. Feel free to email me. My information are in the description box below. Have a nice week ahead. Well, I know with all these Martian energy, it might not be easy to have a nice week, but we work with what we have. Now you have a heads up, you can learn how to work with this energy. Lots of love. See you next time.